Having a hard time with the Henrik Zetterberg moments in this video. I'm going to walk through exactly how I was able to complete it in a relatively short period of time. Now, I do need to mention that for anyone that has been playing this game since the launch of NHL 25, the Titan moments, starting with the first one and Artemi Panarin, it is far easier now than that specific set of moments. That was absolute hell. So I can say that the Henrik Zetterberg moments are far easier than what we had earlier on, but I did get a lot of feedback that people are still struggling on completing some of the Henrik Zetterberg moments. So this video is going to walk you through how to do all of them in the easiest way possible, in my opinion. Let's get into it. So up first is getting a point with Henrik Zetterberg on rookie difficulty in the 3-minute period. So you're going to see a pretty common theme here on the way to score with Henrik Zetterberg in these moments, but one of the easiest ways is to come down his strong side, so down the left-hand side. If you're holding L2 and opening up your skates, you can kind of keep your speed and get around the defender, especially if you're playing on rookie, and then it's a simple forehand, backhand, forehand deke, and because he has gold close quarters, it's going to go in almost every time. Up next, we've got 8 hits with Henrik Zetterberg on rookie in one 3-minute period. Now, honestly, the most frustrating part about get hit objectives is simply making sure that your opponent always has the puck. So you can do a couple things like position lock, but no need in this one. Essentially, just get the red line, dump the puck in, and then with Henrik Zetterberg, if you're using total controls, I would try and just use circle or B. It's very easy to get one of the bigger hits. If you're using skill stick, just simply flicking up will do as well, but you can just repeat this process over and over again. Moment number 3 is to get 3 goals in one 3-minute period on semi-pro. And something that you'll note in the Henrik Zetterberg moments is that they've kind of gotten a little bit more savvy in giving the opponent a few goals so that you can't just score one, get them to pull their goaltender, and then empty net shot for your final goals or points needed. Nonetheless, because this one's on semi-pro, this one is fairly simple. So I'll show you a couple different ways. And again, because this is on a lower difficulty, it's pretty easy. Essentially, take the puck when you're cycling in the zone, stay on the right-hand side, wait to get some pressure, and then once they've done that, you can walk right out in front and shoot low far side. Make sure you are above the face-off dots so that close quarters activates. You'll get full power and accuracy on your shots. This would be the easiest one, in my opinion, when you are cycling in the zone. The next one is just another example of coming down the left-hand side, burning by the defender because you're on a lower difficulty, and then just forehand, backhand, forehand, and you'll be able to beat the goalie almost every time. And then for my third one, again, it was just repeating this process over and over again. If you can't score off the rush, going forehand, backhand, forehand, or vice versa, just cycle the puck, wait on the right-hand side. Once you get even a little bit of pressure, just walk out in front, above the face-off dots, low far side. Then we get into some of the more annoying ones. Assists are always going to be a little bit more annoying than goals because you simply just can't do the same motions over and over again. With Zetterberg, you've actually got to at least have him touch the puck and then do it with another player. And usually those players are a little bit lower overall in rating. But again, this would be 3 assists on semi-pro. The easiest way I've found, again, because you're on a lower difficulty, is to just do point shots and get green one-timers. Because they'll leave your defenseman wide open at the top, you can just cycle around the zone and send it back for the one-timer pretty much unchecked the entire time. You can just repeat this process over and over again. And on this moment specifically, you're able to actually get a lead and then just have them pull your goalie. So you've really only got to score one, and then in the final minute, you can just rack up your other ones. If you do get up by a couple and you need one more, be sure to just hold L1 or LB and the middle button. That'll actually pull your goaltender, and then you can allow your CPU to score one so that they're in a position to pull their goalie again. All right, on to the first challenging one for a lot of the player base, and that is to get a hat trick on the pro difficulty with Henrik Zetterberg. You've got one 3-minute period on the pro difficulty, and it is a situation where they made it where your CPU is already up by 3, so it's not going to be a empty net situation really. But like I showed in the prior ones, it is a little bit more difficult because every time that your opponent's AI gets close to you, they will shove you off the puck. So you've just got to be more aware of getting away from the AI essentially, but repeating the same processes that I've already shown you guys. So that is to cut into the middle. If you're able to get a breakaway, it is going to be a little bit more difficult than on the lower difficulties, but not impossible on pro. And the forehand, backhand, or backhand, forehand, backhand, depending on the side you come down, and then we're just repeating the process over and over again. Back to the rookie difficulty for number 6, and we've just got to get perfect one-timer shots with Henrik Zetterberg, 6 of them in one 3-minute period. This is a tie game, so you can go into overtime if you need to. However, it is on rookie, so I'll show you guys how to get Zetterberg in position to take a one-timer, and then you can just repeat it nonstop. So obviously the main objective is to just get Zetterberg onto that right-hand defenseman spot You can do this a bunch of different ways, but you're going to have to move a defenseman out of their position to get him to switch. So one of the ways is to take Lidstrom, go down the half wall, and it should bring Zetterberg over onto the other side of the ice. And then once he's there, it is simply just feeding it back to him. You don't need to score. You just need to literally take 6 green one-timers. And then the other way to do that is when you control Zetterberg, go down to that side of the ice at the point, wait for the defenseman, in this case Chelios, to move. You'll actually see him recognize that Zetterberg is now in that spot, so he's got to go play left wing. Once you see Chelios do that, Zetterberg's at the top, and you can legitimately just send it over to Lidstrom, back to Zetterberg, and do that process over and over again. On to moment number 7, and it's the score top left corner goals with Henrik Zetterberg. You're going to need 2 of them on the pro difficulty, and again, same situation as some of the prior moments. Colorado's winning by 3, so you can't just wait for the goalie to be pulled. Definitely one of the more annoying ones from this moment list. The best way to get this done is legitimately just taking advantage of Henrik Zetterberg in close quarters, which is an extremely effective ability. If you hold on to the puck enough and skate around the zone, eventually you'll find some seams. Now, for a lot of the player base that maybe aren't that great at holding onto the puck, things like that, I'd recommend just replicating my second goal, which is just coming down the wing, cutting into the middle, and then just shooting upstairs top left. And then if that doesn't work, just over and over and over again, trying to do that. You do only need 2. And again, if you're close enough to the net, close quarters will do a lot of the work. Moment number 8 is also going to be a challenging one for some of the player base. You're down by 4, so again, you're not really going to be able to take advantage of the empty net at the end of the game. It's a 3-minute period on the pro difficulty. However, after all the ways that I've shown you to score, you're just doing it over and over again. So on the right-hand side, wait for some pressure, cut into the middle. Again, above the face-off dots, close quarters is activated, and just shoot low far side or high far side. When Zetterberg is completely out of energy, you can send it over to someone else as long as he's touched the puck. Again, you just need a point and then do it with another player. But that was really how I completed this one. And then lastly, in one 4-minute period, you've got to score 3 one-timer goals with Henrik Zetterberg. Again, same situation as a lot of the other ones. You are down by 3, so you can't rely on empty net goals. Now, he does have silver 1T, so with a green one-timer, it will most likely go in. If you can't get him back to the point, you can just wait for him to get into that right-hand spot and just start feeding him as much as possible, trying to go upstairs. It will require some cycling to get him into that position, but as you move the puck around the zone, once he's in there, you can just hold the puck at the point until that play opens up and then just pepper the goalie. Lastly, when you're in a 2-on-1, you can just force it to Zetterberg. I scored one where you can literally just tap it in and will count as a one-timer. I had a backhand that counted as a one-timer. So if you're in a situation where it's a 2-on-1 off the rush, just send it through and it'll more likely count. Now, if you struggle with these moments even after watching this video and you're just kind of frustrated beyond belief, if you spent more than 2 hours, then I would probably stop trying to do the moments. Again, it's a video game and you shouldn't just beat your head against your desk if you can't do it. I will say that Zetterberg is a card worth getting. Even if you're not able to get all of the moments done so you can get him for free, this card is definitely one of the better ones in the game currently. And on my team, he's honestly the #1 center. But if you can't get the last few moments done, or one specifically near the end, I would just cash in the amount of collection required to get them done. Again, if you can knock down a bunch of his cost by completing some of the easier moments when you get to near the end, if you can't do the one-timers or the top left goals, for example, I would just finish it off if you're able to. It is a card worth getting. That's going to do it. Hope this helps you get Zetterberg. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.